Welcome back, Lelanders, to finally a weekend edition of Clone Evolution. Let's see if we can make this full screen. What the hell is going on? Why is there no full screen options? No, I was thinking, oh, I'll just make it full screen once the show starts, and what do you know? I can't. Oh, here we go. Finally. Now I feel a bit of panic kicking in because we got only 2 hours left to finish the adventure. Not just because I panicked too much. Now I really procrastinated too much on this event, so boy, do we really gotta hurry shit up. Alright, so let's do it first, I think. We'll check the daily tasks. If anyone's wondering, we lost and lost and lost yet again when it came to the Hunger Games. So basically every time we bet, we lost, and the few times that we would have won, we forgot to bet. So we really only lost money this Hunger Games. But oh well. Hopefully I'll be saving my trip, or my luck for my trip up north. Keep saying everything backwards today. The good old Heyoka way. Alright, so yeah, we got this much time with the clone events, which we might do today. But like I was saying, let's do the adventuring first, because we really got a lot of adventuring and not much time. I shouldn't say a lot of adventuring. We could get through this pile in probably no time. That's what she said. Let's see. 3 Bs. Let's go for one more. Ooh, lineup +1. So we'll be able to really tear him a new one this time. Now it's funny, I'm actually liking Monk so much better than Suzo. It's kind of a shame I invested so much into Suzo and not Monk, but for some reason my opinions turned on Monk for a while, and then after a while I started to realize what a mistake it was, that he was actually one of the best heroes all along. Why was I ever steering away from him? Oh, I actually got some other interesting news. Oh yeah, we need a healer. So I was watching, oh, can we bring an extra player because of the thing? Let's try bringing Monk. Yes, we can. No, I'm starting to wonder. My mouse is either acting up lately or I'm getting twitches lately. It's kind of annoying. I'm hoping it's just the mouse acting up because I don't notice twitching any other time. Yet. I shouldn't make fun of it, right? As you get older, you don't want to be starting to develop different age-related things too quickly. Kind of quite fortunate, I'm already in my mid-40s and really haven't had too many issues. Knock on wood. Well, who am I kidding? My fair share of issues, I guess. Alright, so we got someone tuned in and a like already. Thanks, Ed. Wow, even a like on the Discord. Oh yeah, it's because it's the weekend. We might get some people tuning in today. No, I appreciate everyone who tuned in and left some comments about the trip up north. I know I reveal a little bit too much when it comes to my travel plans. Some people are probably like, oh my god, you're doxing your property up north and all this, but I don't know. To me, I don't really like to do too many things in secret. I would tell everyone where I live right now if it wasn't if it was my own place. I don't really like telling people where I live when it's other people's places. But no, I'd say the one thing too is people sometimes get paranoid that people are out to get them or always watching them or listening to everything they say. And one good way to avoid that paranoia from ever occurring is just to be very open to begin with. Because then you really don't have any issues of paranoia if everyone already knows everything. There's nothing a whole lot to hide, luckily. Well, I shouldn't say a whole lot, but my fair share. There we go. Boom. Yes, victory. Stay on current level or go up. Let's stay in current level. Although we did just tear him a new one like it was nothing, right? That's the one thing people are always like, oh, don't you worry if like people are, what is it, tapping your phone calls, recording your conversations. And you know what it is? It was really lucky, a lesson I learned back at one of my old jobs. There's this one guy that was sort of giving me a hard time at work. So I started to tell other people, I'm like, man, this one guy keeps giving me a hard time, And then that guy was nice enough, he actually confronted me about it. He's like, you know what, all the other people at work keep telling me that you're complaining about me all the time. So I was like, you know what, that was so good in a way that he just brought it out in the open because it taught me a lesson. I was like, really, every time you're saying stuff, you really got to just assume that everyone's going to hear it. So that way you don't run into any problems with shit you say, or at least less problems. Well, maybe not. Who am I to be giving advice on getting into less problems? Boss successfully defeated. You have earned all the rewards. Stay. Yeah, let's stay. So hammered I can't even figure out what to do. Well, according to YouTube terms, I'm actually still within moderation. There we go. No, and I don't really worry about people tracing my calls either, because I at least learned when I worked in call center work how to tell if your calls are being traced without even using a machine. So I can already hear it and don't have to worry. Battle, reset. Now, if anyone wants to know the trick, not to offer any advice for paranoia, but no, if you ever talk on the phone and you hear an echo, because that echo is actually the echo from the machine that's recording. Yeah, I think it happens a lot with just recordings in general, right? Like even with YouTube. Hey, Purge has joined. He says too much politics in the Clone Evolution Discord server. Yeah, I haven't even joined it to hear. I did hear that there was like a big escalation in the war between, well, possible war between Thailand and China. But I don't really follow it too much because, I don't know. I followed world events enough to the point where it nearly gives me an ulcer. So really, I gotta try to stay clear and focus on happy stuff. I know I should be more politically active and everyone's responsibility to do it, but really you can only handle so much. I've voiced my concerns on Facebook enough for 100 people, I think. Who am I kidding? 1,000 people? That's why I have to give Facebook some credit. You know, everyone gives them a hard time about censorship and stuff. For the amount of stuff that I say on Facebook and how much gets censored, really they only censor like 1 or 2 posts a year. So it's not really that severe at all. Especially if anyone's read what I post. No, I shouldn't make fun of it, but I do have a horrible Facebook. If anyone was ranked in horrible Facebook addictions, I'd probably be close to the top. Sometimes I even have 3 screens open at the same time, all Facebook. I know some people are like, oh, I use Facebook a lot. I'm like, you're still using 1 screen? It's like, you call that a lot? Yeah, it's one thing I'll have to be careful with. I know people have warned me about it too. When you're going to move up north, there is the risk of just partying more. Because a lot of people up north have the partying attitude, which is something I already have to a certain degree. At least, well, I shouldn't say at least. I'm always try to keep it under control, so it will make it a bit more challenging to say the least. But who knows, like I was saying in my video, I might be so much busier with YouTube content, having my own studio and being able to film every day in the house or outside. Who knows, if I actually get the Mennonites to fix up the studio in the house, I'll have like a fucking giant, well not giant, but a big fucking recording studio. Especially if I put it in the basement. Yeah, I never even thought of that. But I definitely shouldn't be getting ahead of myself. If I had to guess, the way this trip is going to work out, even getting an RV parked in the driveway will be nothing short of a miracle. No, I shouldn't jinx it, but yeah. Hey, what gremlin? How's it going? I'm really getting hyped and excited about my trip coming up in a few days. I guess, what is it, 11, or no, 12 so days? Yeah, so almost 2 weeks. Now I've been outside, doing a little bit of exercising, came in to wrap up this event quick. Holy fuck, we're not even gonna beat this chick? What the hell's going on? I need to bring Monk in, eh? Oh, thank God, we still beat it. No, how's it going with all the viewers? You know, I am starting to get a little bit more anxiety, I've noticed. Because, like, really, I haven't gone on any trips significantly far from my house, like, over an hour. In, like, I don't know, 5 years or so. So it is a little bit nerve-wracking, to say the least, as well. But nothing worth doing is that easy, right? Pardon the pun. Excuse me, battle. Yeah, let's put in Monk. Make sure we don't run out of attack power, right? Because, fuck, man. Suzo's okay for hitting groups of people, but when it comes to hitting one person, you want Monk in the team, right? Hey, Gusto, how's it going? Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good weekend. You know, I was just watching a retro video game collector show. You know what they were talking about? Is people aren't really satisfied with the latest generation of consoles. Like, you have the PlayStation fans, and they're not happy because they can't even fucking get the console, which I find surprising. It's like 2 years since it's been out. But then you got the Xbox fans, and they said they're not even into the new Xbox One S as much, or whatever it's called. Because really, if you have a high-end PC, you don't even need it. The same games can play on both. And you can use the same controller, so there really is no difference. I'd argue even the PC experience is probably better. But anyways, so what people started to do, this collector pointed out, is if you go to GameStop, they actually charge more for the previous generation of consoles than they do for the modern ones when it comes to Microsoft. So if you go to, like, what is it, GameStop, and you try to buy, what was the last Microsoft One or something? Yeah, and then the new one's 1S. So anyways, yeah, they're saying if you go and try to buy the previous generation, it actually costs more. It's cheaper to buy the latest Microsoft console than to go one generation back. And then I kind of found the solution to that is I just went 2 generations back. My game collection's mainly Xbox 360. Got it for dirt cheap. Whole fucking room full of games. Let's show what it looks like. Basically a whole room or shelf full of games, and it barely cost me $100. You can get them for like 50 cents a game some places, especially yard sales, garage sales in Canada. So I don't know, one day I'll advance all my way up to modern consoles, but I got no problem with the Xbox 360 generation. Even those games I'm finding surprisingly good. It's probably because I've been a Sony fanboy my whole life and I never played any Xbox except for Halo. And I only played the first Halo. So it was kind of neat to like just jump into the what do they call it, the experience of Xbox and have shitloads of games for dirt cheap. I know a lot of people make fun of the 360 generation because of the red ring of death, but I got the Slim version. So apparently the Slim doesn't even have the red ring. They solved the problem and got rid of the indicator altogether. Hey, Augusto says he's got Skatey 9 stars. And the damage on those guild bottles is noticeable. Try to give it 7 stars if it's worth it. You know what's the funniest thing? I've been watching videos of like really high up players, like on Facebook. I can't remember what the group is. It's the Clone Evolution Facebook group. Anyways, there was a guy showing off which teams were working best, and guess who he had in his team? Fucking all green heroes. He was using Freya, he was using Anubis. Who else was green that he was using? I don't even think he was using Monk, I could be wrong. I'd have to watch it again. And my mind was blown. I was like, holy fuck, his Anubis team just destroyed the other team. And they were lower level. Well, maybe not. I'd have to check that part again. No, they were around a level 400 Anubis team, and oh yeah. Yeah, they were packing a punch. Let me show the team that they were using. Yeah, so they had Anubis and this chick. So that's two of the here, and Freya. So Freya, this chick, and Anubis. That was the base of their team. I don't even think they had Alice. If I had to guess again, I'm trying to remember who was the other heroes. And they had Genie in there. So Genie was definitely a high up one, like George was saying. A lot of teams are using Genie more. So I don't know. I'm really starting to debate if Ice is really the way to go. I know Ice is very popular, but especially because it makes everyone not able to move. But if you can find a way to counter the Ice, then you're set. That's what I was thinking. One of the heroes that I want to make next is this chick. And we might make her soon. Maybe even today. Depends what heroes we get. I know some people are telling me not to make her, but look what she's got. Where is it? Hot Wheels. This immunizes counterattack damage. So you know what that means. If I had put her in the team when I'm playing against Genghis Khan, he keeps hitting me with crazy counterattacks that just kill me. What's the solution to that? Nullify the counterattacks. So yeah, if I can make her, it might be the key we needed to beat the dungeon. I'm thinking to beat the dungeon, what we go with is not this dungeon. You idiot. No, we go to this dungeon. That's what she said. No, I'm just kidding. And we'll put in, I don't know who we're going to swap out, but it's going to be 2 Zoros and that Neza chick. So that way when the boss keeps hitting me, it just reflects back to hit him and doesn't hit me. Hey, Steadfast, how's it going? No, really today I should be outside testing my camping gear for the trip up north, but I got to finish this video in the next 2 hours, so we got to hurry and then I'll go out and do it. I got to set up my tents. I actually found all my tents, so I have a big variety of tents now to bring. I'll probably bring a 2-person and a 1-person, so at least I should be able to carry both of those. We'll see. Now my back is a lot more limited with how much weight it can bear. I have to admit it. If I don't, I'll be fucking paralyzed. Now I used to be like one of those troopers that just, I'll carry infinite amounts of weight and just tough through the pain, but yeah, eventually you start reaching paralysis and you're like, all right, time to start monitoring how much pain I go through. All right, so we got 3 red scrolls. Let's buy this one. Now I hope everyone's having a good weekend. Oh, Steadfast is saying the bugs are out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, actually, part of my camping gear has already found my bug suit. So I don't know if I should bring extra bug suits for everyone, but I'm pretty sure everyone up north already has a bug suit, let's hope. I know the bug suits look funny. It's basically like you're wearing a bee suit, except it's designed to keep mosquitoes off you. And it's funny because I wore it when I was gold panning in a festering swamp that was literally just a billion mosquitoes. Like, it was like waves of mosquitoes that you could just swim through. And those suits were enough that you wouldn't get bit at all. I was surprised. So you just got to make sure that you don't rip the suit, because wherever you rip it, then they'll start going in. And the other thing is oh yeah, when you're drinking and smoking. I found you could either open the suit and try drinking and smoking. Well, what a lot of people do is just smoke and drink right through the suit. Because it is mesh after all, right? Oh, I gotta be careful I don't click that. Fuck. And hopefully the bugs will go away depending if there's windy days. Sometimes the windy days help. Well, I'm sure everyone up north knows the bug situation. No, it's definitely worse than anywhere else I've encountered bugs. That's the one thing I realized that when I was buying property up north. I'm like, dear God, if you can't adapt to the bugs, you're going to be in real trouble. Real quick. No, the first trip I tried to do in the swamp gold panning, I didn't do any bug suit. and I just let myself get bit by the mosquitoes, and I just got eaten so bad that I literally started to feel sick from it. So I was like, oh shit, man, I definitely got bit too much. I was worried, like, man, if you start getting like thousands of bites per hour, right? Like, how much poison is that in you? Not to mention how itchy it would get. Yeah, I feel bad for the moose and the other different animals that are in nature. They have really no defense other than mud. If they get covered in mud, then they can withstand the mosquitoes. Who was it? I think it was George was telling me one of the native things is they used to actually have different frogs that they would know in the area that they could extract residue from and put it on them so that they would smell like frogs, and then it would keep the insects away. I don't know if he was just pulling my chain, but that'd be neat if it works. Yeah, the netting canopy. That's the thing. The 2 bug things that I'm bringing for the trip, and I think I already have a bug suit already saved in the house. I was trying to remember what gear I left up north, and if I had to guess, hopefully I left some fucking bug suits. For God's sakes, if I didn't leave those there, someone kicked me. And I can't advocate violence, I mean metaphorically. No, the other thing I got is the full bug suit, but also a square room bug suit. Like, not a suit, a square room made out of the bug material. So that way if I'm like sleeping in a hotel or something that's got too many bugs in it, I can just put up the bug room in a room. That's actually happened to me up north. I rented a room to get away from the mosquitoes because they were so bad outside. But when I got in the room, there was a leak somewhere in the room and bugs were still getting in. So I literally had to wear my bug suit in the fucking hotel room. That was not pleasant. I was almost like, dear God, man, whoever's in charge of this building, they really should have got on top of it and found where the bugs were getting in. Because that was not a pleasant experience. It was probably my own fault. I bet you any money I left something open somewhere. And then they would mock me and they'd be like, oh, it was your own fault. And I'd be like, yeah, probably was. But either way, you should have a sign saying, close this if you don't want bugs. No, yeah, bugs in Canada. That's the one thing. People think Canada is a paradise and all that, but you definitely get more than your, well, I shouldn't say more than your fair share, especially compared to bugs in Africa or something, but, or the jungles in South America. But yeah, we got a fair share of bugs. The latest debate with bugs in Canada, you'll never guess. I posted a post about how, like, it fucking sucks that the government keeps banning pesticides. I get it that we don't want to kill all the bees and that shit, but really we should be allowed to use pesticides in some spots and then others not, right? So at least you can go in parks and not get eaten alive by ticks. So that's what's happening, is the government has started to ban pesticides even in parks. So it's like when people go to the park now, they're getting attacked ruthlessly by ticks. And ticks with Lyme disease, so they're literally deadly, right? So you have to be really careful of that. Now then the other thing is, what was I going to say? No, sorry, I just got distracted because people are walking past the room. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the ticks. Oh yeah, and they're making the long grass. Before, what we used to do in all the parks and everywhere was just cut all the long grass down. You know how you like cut your grass in your backyard so it doesn't get infested with ticks? So yeah, that's what we used to do in parks, is we would cut all the long grass down. So the park wouldn't be a breeding ground for ticks. But sadly, the environmentalists, A, they banned the pesticides, and B, they banned cutting the long grass. So now you got long grass infested with ticks everywhere. And some people were like, oh man, this is just poor mismanagement. They're trying too hard to protect nature and just killing every person in the process by accident. But then I started to realize that this is actually happening in countries all over the world. It's not just Canada, it's not just our province. They're doing it in parts of Europe and stuff too, where they're all of a sudden having to add long grass and stop using pesticides. I don't know if Europe has ticks yet, but oh dear God, once you get Lyme disease, it's a real walk in the park, to say the least. Opposite of walk in the park. So yeah, and the government solution, guess what it is in every country? They're like, oh, just get the new this for Lyme disease. So I'm like, yeah, I guess that's an option, but dear God, man, can't we just like cut the grass? Ah. Now that'll be the future, eh? We have to live in nature like it was in like prehistoric times, but we'll be taking like 3 injections a week. It'd be like leeches all over you and fucking mosquitoes biting you everywhere you go. Ticks just covering the streets. But you'll be safe with the injections. The new normal. I don't mind it in theory. I get it. If they had an injection that you could take, it would make you immune from all bug diseases for the rest of your life. Fuck, I'd probably be the first person in line to get it. I'm just a little bit worried that how many of these can we be taking before it does more harm than good. Let's hope we're not at that point yet. That'll be like the super injection of the future, right? It cures all diseases. Like you can just take this injection, you'll be invincible for the rest of your life. Then the companies that sell it will be like, oh God, we gotta charge a lot for this one, right? They'll never need another one. Yeah, so what other video game news? Well, oh fuck, man, you'll never guess the new video game news. Some of the viewers are probably laughing. I think I got a new stereo like over a year ago, and it took me forever to finish setting up my games room because I kept getting new stuff all the time and I couldn't prioritize which thing I wanted to finish first. I don't know if anyone's ever done that. I hate it. I get too many projects going, can't finish any of them. But yeah, then what I did finally this week is I set up my stereo and the games room was 100% hooked up. Everything. The new stereo, internet to almost every console, power to every console, and all hooked up to my computer. And then I turned it on to test it, and guess what happened? No, it's not as well. I guess it's a little bit of a sarcastic laugh. Thankfully, 95% of it worked great. So the only problems that I ran into is I did hook up a few things wrong. I noticed some of the speaker sounds were backwards channeled, so I'll have to switch them. I didn't label the wires, so it was sort of like just guessing when I was plugging them back in. And sadly, I guessed wrong. Wrong hole. Yeah, that was always the biggest thing when I was a kid. All the kids in school, I shouldn't say all the kids, all the guys in school, we would always make the wrong hole jokes. Anyways. No, so I got to fix the speaker wires and, oh yeah, and I hooked 2 consoles up backwards. I meant to go PlayStation 1, 2, stereo, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, but instead I went PlayStation 4, stereo, PS3, PS2. So I got the order all fucked up. I should have realized when I was hooking it up too, because the wiring was couldn't fit through the holes. I was like, fuck, did I design this wrong? And then I was like, oh, I just hooked it up wrong. The console that has the smaller wire should have been at the top. So, oh yeah, and a friend of mine came over and he helped do an Intellivision video. So we'll have an Intellivision reaction video. Someone who's never played Intellivision their whole life played it, and hopefully the video record, we'll see their reaction. Excuse me, I should have interviewed him more, but we were just kind of hanging out. I kept forgetting that we were recording. Now that's the one thing is once you start doing so many YouTube videos, you literally start recording everything and then just forget that you were even doing a show. It's like I'm recording everywhere I go outside, every video game I play. Alright, let's see. Thank God we don't record anything else yet. Just kidding, yet. That's why I laugh. How many OnlyFans people have literally started recording everything in their life? So it's like not only do they show everything they eat and everything they do at work, or I guess during their daily life, but then they even go to the extremes of having their entire bathroom day filmed and put on OnlyFans. It's like, Jesus, is there any minute of any of this day that is not recorded? Too much at that point. Not that I'm keeping track. Yeah, we got to finish the important stuff. Wow, how did I get sidetracked here? Last thing I know, I was fighting those other events, and now we're in this one. One thing leads to another. Oh, Steadfast has got an idea. Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Hopefully the people up north will have a few tricks they can teach the city guy. Teach the kid from, well, I guess the old man from the city. The kid from the city. I wish. But anyways, yeah, hopefully I can learn a few tricks to get rid of the bugs. One of the things I like to do is just take baths or use Sulfur Soap, because Sulfur Soap works pretty good. Sure, you smell like you just came from the pits of hell, but at least it helps deter some of the bugs. And you can only use Sulfur Soap so many times per week before you'll develop an allergy, so just to give that disclosure, it's not the perfect soap or anything. And so I was thinking I should really bring a bar of Sulfur Soap so that when I go to rinse my clothes, I can maybe use sulfur as a detergent. I'll have to find one that's biodegradable. I think sulfur is biodegradable naturally, because it just comes out of volcanoes. Now, eventually you adapt to the sulfur smell, so you don't even smell it, but I'm sure other people are like, oh my God, why do you smell like a volcano? Now, I got the Sulfur Soap idea from the Roman legions. They were all about finding stuff to help the legions invade other countries, so yeah, they use sulfur for a lot of things. No, Sulfur Soap is still big in India and China, so that's usually where I order it from. It's very common there because they got a lot of people that get different things that need curing. Or treating, I should say. I don't think Sulfur Soap really cures anything, but some people use it as deterrents or to treat. Not to offer medical advice with soap. Alright, so the next tour, yeah, some people are actually saying they don't mind the series of videos about my upcoming trip, so the next video we'll do is explaining all the gear. I literally have to test it all to make sure it works, so while I'm testing it, might as well record it and we'll show off, well not show off, explain. And hopefully in that process I'll find out anything that I fucked up and make sure I correct it. Bring the right gear. And I'm lucky, just because I'm up north doesn't mean I'm going to the middle of nowhere when it comes to shopping. I don't know, I forgot to show that on the video. I'm literally just like a half-hour drive from a Walmart on a car. But I have to go, what is it, I think a good hour or two on a bike to get there. I'm really going to have to make sure I get the bike situation figured out too, because man, if I don't have wheels, that's going to be a little bit more challenging, to say the least. Now, obviously you can still just walk everywhere, but it really limits what you can get done and how fast. fuck, man. I only got 2 weeks to start preparing for the bike rides, too. At least I'm in a mediocre shape. I'm not in bad shape, and I'm not in good shape, so... Obviously, I was going for being in good shape, but hey, at least I'm in mediocre. It's not too bad. Now, it wasn't a complete disaster. And we'll see how much weight I gained just after saying that. Alright, let's skip this battle. Taking way too long. Yeah, we win, no problem. Alright, let's get the last of the adventure done. We only got 2 hours and 200 of these left to go. No, it was so funny. The one time I was in the gold panning adventure trip near my first property, one of the guys that came with us on our trip, I think he was from Serbia or something. Not that it matters, but anyways, he was like, oh my god, the fucking mosquitoes in Canada are insane, right? I'm like, oh, trust me, man, most parts of Canada aren't like this. This is like the mecca for mosquitoes. You really won't find anywhere with worse mosquito. Well, maybe the Northwest Territories. I haven't been there yet, but they could be worse bugs. They probably have horse flies, and they laugh at our mosquitoes. Yeah, because once you get into horsefly territory, that's literally when they start taking chunks out of you with every bite. It's like, oh my god. Like blood will spray out. Yeah, so anyways, he came on the trip in the gold panning, and I gave him one of the bug suits. So I'm like, man, don't worry, man. Just put on the bug suit. You'll be okay. So he puts on the bug suit, and, well, we're up to level 37. My god. So we made it up to the creek or the river, and we're panning and we're panning. And then eventually my friend just snaps. He's like, you know what? He's like, I can't take it anymore. I'm like, what's going on, man? What can't you take? Is your bug suit leaking? Did you rip it or something? And you know what he couldn't handle? He was getting claustrophobia because there was so many bugs. So even though we were in the bug suits and not getting bit, he just couldn't take the sound of the buzzing. He's like, you know what, man? He's like, this buzzing, it's too much. He's like, zzz, like you have millions of bugs flying around you, right? So I eventually just managed to drown it out, right? Like I either play music or just try to think about something and not let the sound of the constant buzzing bother you. Next level. No, stay at current level. No, I was thinking I haven't been in this time of year up north for a while. Usually I try to time it so that I go very early in the year or later in the year so that the bugs are always gone. Thankfully, if you go in the fall or the very early spring, your bugs are actually very rare, well, that I've seen on my trips. Some people are telling me that you can find winter bugs, but I haven't really encountered those yet, luckily. The snow bugs. They just love flying around in the snow. Oh, Steadfast is foam dye. Shit. Yeah, that's another thing. My packages from Amazon, they only got about 2 weeks to arrive, and there's a couple ones that I really need, so hopefully they show up. If not, we'll manage, but it's kind of sucks balls, not in a good way. I really wish they would have got here sooner. Oh well, it's only my fault to blame. One of them I ordered with plenty of time to spare, but sadly what happened is Canadian Customs no longer allows batteries to be imported. So every time you want to order cheap batteries from China, they have to try to sneak it in the package without Canada Customs noticing. And if they notice that they have the battery, they'll send it back. I know what it is. In Canada, our government has already created monopolies like this before because they can't sustain themselves without ridiculously high amounts of tax revenue. So what they did with tobacco, same thing. They created a monopoly where you're only technically allowed to buy tobacco from the government or pay the government tax for tobacco unless you have native status and you can buy from the reserve, or you buy within limit to buy without status card. I don't even know how all that works. But they also created a monopoly on booze. They also created a monopoly on medications. Most people don't even realize Canada has some of the highest drug prices in the world. But they've created this thing in the media where they like to tell everyone that Canadians pay low prices for drugs. It's not true at all. I don't even know how they can even still tell people that and people don't just look it up. Like, dear God, if you take like a $200 prescription for like a skin infection or something in Canada and you price it in India, guess how much it is in India? $1. Same fucking company, same package. The only difference is you have to import it. And guess what happens? Canadian government will block it and be like, no, you have to pay for the fucking pharmacy price. You got to pay $200. Sorry, not allowed to import it. It's like, you fucking sons of... That's why I can't really stand the government in one aspect these days. I know not to get too political, but one thing we need is a political party that'll actually look after consumer rights. Like, it doesn't even care about these big companies. It's like, fuck it, man. Let's just make the rules so it actually helps the customers. None of these fucking giant companies anymore. So we can just import whatever we want. Yeah, so yeah, the import on medications. And yeah, now the importing on video games. That's what Brazil ran into when they got all the Brazilian variants. They had the import issues. Yeah, so I'm hoping maybe in the future I'll be able to order batteries from other countries again without any problems. Now the fucking government's trying to create a fucking monopoly on batteries. Fuck's sakes, man. Man, even oil, right? They created a monopoly on oil, like OPEC or whatever it is, so you can't buy it from other countries. To help us. Now we can't buy batteries. What a surprise. Oh well. How I look at it is maybe there's a plus side to it that we just haven't noticed yet. We'll start mining lithium in Canada, or we'll just have to pay the high prices. Yeah, so if anyone's living in a country watching the show and you're still allowed to buy batteries from China or India, thank God you have like a good, well, maybe not a good politician, but not as corrupt as fucking Canada's politicians. I get it, Canada's politicians are trying to help people, but dear God, how many times when people help or try to help, it actually backfires? Speaking of backfiring, I wonder what kind of rewards we're going to get, right? Hopefully we get a pet house. That's what I'm thinking. If we get a pet house, I'll be fucking so happy. Yeah, maybe that's what I should focus on my trip up north. If all else fails, maybe I can build a nice dog house. We'll live there. I'm sure ladies sometimes think I belong in the doghouse. Or at least my mouth does. Alright, so we'll defeat me on the bike. This will be like me up north on the bike in like a year. If all goes well. Nah, I'm one of those people that if I moved up north and I got a vehicle, I would probably go with the e-bike. I know it would suck in the winter. I'd probably have to get a snowmobile or something, but at least in the summer, having a fast e-bike, that'd be fun. At least I could just charge it at my house, wouldn't have to keep buying gas all the time. Although gas is usually cheaper than electricity by a long shot. Even... Yeah. It's hard not to swear. I know I can not swear if I really try to, but it was starting to give me ulcers, so I'm like, fuck this, man. Just swear whenever the hell I want. No, I used to do the public radio broadcasting at CKWR, so yeah. I found out later we were even allowed to swear because we were the night show. But I just didn't swear because I thought we weren't allowed to. Holy, Alex says he needs to buy seeds. That's crazy. You know, so the worst part about growing weed in Canada? I get way too many seeds. I literally just have piles of seeds right here on my desk. What happens is some people's plants end up turning into a male. So all your outdoor plants, they always seed. So every plant that grows ends up giving you like thousands of seeds. I know it sounds good, but man, when you have too many of them, it sucks. Now I get it, people want to buy seeds, but a lot of the seeds that I'm producing by accident like this, they're not feminized. So you literally get males and females at about a roughly 50-50 percentage, which sucks, right? Because a lot of times you don't want to grow a plant for like 6 months and then find out it's a male and have to kill it. It's definitely better off just to buy feminized seeds. Yeah, not to show off or anything, but see how many seeds I got. I've actually started filling pill bottles with seeds. Because I've literally just got like so many seeds, I couldn't fit them in anything else. So I just got jar loads and jar loads of seeds. And it's funny too, because the strains that I'm getting are super high-end strains, like Humboldt and everything. Because that's where I buy the original seeds from. In Canada, the government actually has some of the best seed deals you can get, so you gotta hand it to the government. Some people say they suck, but they do some things right. So I'm not gonna completely shit on the government, although it sure sounds like it most episodes. No, actually, the funniest thing, I always make fun of Justin Trudeau, but he's still my favorite politician. As much as he's fucked up a lot of shit, he's actually done more good shit than I've actually seen in my lifetime. Isn't that how it goes, right? It's usually a balance of creation and destruction. If you fuck up a whole bunch of shit, you better be creating something. Now, the only thing with seeds is in Canada, we got the strict exporting laws, so I'm fucked with whatever I can ship here. I'll check into it, but I highly doubt I could send even regular seeds, let alone plant cannabis seeds. Alright, so we got 3 bees. Let's try to boost it up, although it seems like a waste at this point. We're never going to get it. And if, yeah, let's just battle it. Let's accept our defeat. No, just kidding. Like me in life. No, just kidding. Nah, I shouldn't make fun of it, but life is actually starting to improve a little bit for me. I figured that once you hit rock bottom, it should be all up from there. Let's hope. Now, you never want to say you're at rock bottom, because you always find a new level of low that you never thought possible. Oh, the Vibram store is here with new heroes. And it's nobody we need. Well, that's good. At least we're not in a race to collect the next Vibram tokens. Alright, are we anywhere close to the A-boss? No, nowhere close. So let's not even consider going for the A-boss anymore. Even if we did happen to get like A-boss after A-boss, I doubt we would even win those battles. Yeah, Canada's full of red tape, but if you ever come to Canada, I can give you jars of them for free. I don't have to sell you anything. Now, the funny thing, if you were already here, though, what you would do is just buy the feminized seeds, because they're still pretty cheap. You can get a pack of 5 seeds for, I think, around 40 bucks, so under 10 a seed. And I'm starting to get better at sprouting seeds, so that I can actually sprout them at, like, I don't know. I think the last 20 seeds I sprouted, 1 didn't sprout. So that's a pretty good ratio. I've even got the sprouting down to overnight. So I can sprout any seed overnight. Doesn't even matter. None of that soaking it in jars and all that bullshit. Oh yeah, here's another one. This one is a see-through jar. Let's put it on the other screen so we can see it. Oh, sadly, it's in a prescription jar from one of my uncle's medications. But yeah, so I got like pill jars just loaded with seeds. And they're all different strains. A lot of them are like really high-end strains, but they crossbred with plants that I don't even know. So I don't even know what the male was. My females get around. The father could be anyone. Not that there's anything wrong with that. No, I gotta cut back on the vaporizing. That's the one shitty thing in Canada. Having so much weed, I definitely vaporize too much. Stay at my current level. It's hard not to vaporize all the time when weed is just free, right? Because you're like, man, if the weed's free anyways, why not just vaporize? Then it really gets to the point where you have so much weed that you can just make concentrates for free. So you have rosin from a rosin press. As long as you're not using solvents, you can just squish the concentrates right out of the plant in Canada legally. Then it gets to the point where you're like, holy fuck, now I have infinite supplies of solvent-free rosin. And yeah, that shit's like super strong. And that sounds great too, but then yeah, eventually you just get sore lungs, you're smoking too much of it. Battle. Let's do it 3 A's. Fucking A. I know some people it doesn't bother them because they got self-control, but lucky you. Yeah, it's funny. Everyone wants to see a moose. But the funny thing is, you would want to see a moose, but you'd only want to see it from a car. You'd never actually want to see it in person. Because if you saw it outside in person, if it's a female moose, you could be okay. Unless she's trying to protect some of her younger moose. Whatever they're called, calves or whatever. But if you meet a buck in the wild, like the male moose, they're usually super aggressive. And their favorite thing to do is run and step on people. So yeah, it really sucks, right? Especially since they can grow as big as a pickup truck. So yeah, if you got an animal that's as big as a pickup truck and it steps on you, you can imagine how that goes. But yeah, they look really nice. If you could take a picture of one from oh, we failed to beat it. Son of a fuckwhore. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Stay in the current level. Yeah, at least they gave us 50% of the rewards. That's not that bad. Sure, we fucked it up, but what are the odds we'll get more A's? Right after I say that, they'll start giving us more A's. At least we can still beat this level. Yeah, beavers, they can attack you as well. It's terrible. I heard a story that there was an old man, or maybe even middle-aged man, who, yeah, he got attacked by beavers, didn't make it. Fuck, man, those beavers, if they can chomp through a piece of wood, can you imagine what they could do to your leg, right? Oh, man. Oh, their eyes don't even refract light at night. That's weird. Holy shit. Steadfast has even been in a car accident with the moose. You know, that's even where I live in southern Ontario. My family got into a car accident with an animal too. But thankfully it wasn't nearly as big as a moose. God, you're lucky to survive, right? No, our vehicle hit, what was it, a deer. We hit a deer, and yeah, the vehicle was still totaled. But thankfully, no injuries in the car. Because with a deer, at least you have a chance of the car. And cars used to be like solid metal back in the day, right? So there was no real crumple zone. So if you ever hit an animal, it crumpled. Sad but true. Today's crumple zones, yeah, if you hit a moose, the moose would tear your car to pieces. Now, what Canada did to try to deter people from getting hit or hitting a moose is we literally took fences and built them for like hundreds of miles. Like literally you can drive for like 10 hours and there'll just be fences and fences and fences. So a lot of people criticize that move because they're like, yeah, sure, that stops the moose from going on the road, but then how the hell is the moose supposed to get from one breeding ground to the next, right? If all of a sudden all the roads are blocked off and it can't cross anywhere. So then the government did start to build like some underground cross areas, I don't even know, or maybe above ground. But even still, like I think quite a few animals, they'll jump over that fence, even though the fence does deter quite a bit of them. Foxes get fed at the lumber mill parking lot. You know, there was a friend of mine that came all the way from Europe and she wanted to see bears and we couldn't find any bears. So it'd be funny, Steadfast says she knows where bears are. So yeah, if we can get some footage of the bears, not that I'll send it to her to rub it in or anything, but I'll be like, see, told you, there was bears here the whole time. No, she didn't believe me. I'm like, no, Kirkland Lake has lots of bears. She wouldn't believe me. And we couldn't find any. So I was like, well, maybe that was the case. Now, I heard the best place you can find them is at the dump. So I don't know, like, I guess we might have to go to the dump to find them, but stay current level. Yeah, because obviously the animals like to go wherever the most food is. And if they can get food at the dump. Like, if I was a bear, I'd be living at the dump. I'd be vaping and eating at the dump nonstop. No, just kidding. Yeah, foxes, it's tempting to feed them, right? Because they look so skinny. I don't know, so I'm starting to get coyotes and foxes confused because I used to think coyotes always look like wolves, but someone was showing me some pictures of coyotes that actually look just like a fox. So I was starting to get confused now when I see a wild dog. Like, is it a fox or a fucking coyote? I don't even know. Normally you can tell by a fox because it has like the different colored tail. So it won't just be like one color tail, like orange. It'll be like white and red and orange or whatever. And it sort of has more cat-like features to it. Whereas like a coyote, yeah, I think that just looks like a small dog, right? Or not even small, medium-sized dog. Yeah, you have to go to the dump to find the bear, so that's what I thought. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it'll be worth it. We'll do one video where we show some bears, because then at least I can guarantee one viewer. Who knows? Maybe I'll send her the video and she still won't watch it because she'll think I faked it. No, one person made a video at Mount Keminis and they actually found some bears near the mountain. So that's how I was kind of hoping when she was here that we would run into some bears there, but we never did. I did see bear droppings all around the mountain, so that's what I was thinking there was some. Now, I was worried that this event we were going to get too many losses, and we have lost once, but that's kind of reasonable when you think about it, right? Holy shit, 6 viewers and 5 likes. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, sound recordings from the top of the mountain in 2019. You know, that's one of the things I'm thinking about my YouTube studio up north. People are like, how are you going to get revenue? How are you going to get revenue? I was thinking one of the things I should do is, even if I can't get a good view from my house, put up a giant antenna tower. Like one of those that people usually put a TV antenna. But instead of a TV antenna, what I'll put on the top is camera equipment. So like something good for taking pictures of the lake and the mountain, recording sound. like nature photography stuff, because it's really the ideal spot. You can see a really nice mountain and you can see a really nice lake. And who knows, maybe if I do a few live stream channels of that and the place continues to get bigger, I could even help the tourism place. I'll be like, well, I'll share views of what it looks like live from Kirkland, or what is it, Larder Lake, or live from Mount Kemmenet. I know it probably won't be enough to support my bills or anything, but who knows, maybe we'll get a few people checking it out. You never know, right? Some of those nature channels, they do well, so we'll give it a shot. Won't be all Clone Evolution channel stuff, it'll be a little bit of nature content too. Stay in current level. Because that's what I was thinking. If I fail at building a 2-story place, like a garage or a house upgrade, then yeah, I could just do a tower. It'll suck that I can't see the stuff firsthand, but at least I'll get some nice footage out of it. Arguably. Alright, so will we actually win this? I doubt it. Let's try. Yeah, I figured we would start off frozen. I don't know, I don't want to watch this whole thing play out because we got a lot to do here. Yes, we actually did beat it. So we'll stay at current level. I figured it was just that one witch. She was hard to beat. She was an evil witch, not the good kind. Who am I kidding? Who doesn't love the Wicked Witch? There we go. Even the wicked need love too, right? There we go. Boom, boom. Oh, shit. Fuck, man. Are we going to get one of every letter? Yeah, that's what I forgot. I'll try to cover it in my next video too. Maybe some of the different, well, we'll probably do one more travel video series. One video showing the gear, one video doing a last minute summary. You know what I was thinking too? I had a nightmare last night where I was doing the virus test just before I left for the trip to make sure I didn't have it. And it came back positive. I was like, no! And then I woke up and I'm like, oh, thank God. It's only a nightmare. But I was thinking, shit, I'm really going to have to do that. Make sure I be careful that I don't catch the virus just before I go. Yeah, and I'll make sure to test before I go so I don't bring anything up north. Yeah, that's all I need is bring it to the Mennonite community. Have an entire village die. No, I'm just kidding. Shouldn't joke, it's terrible. Yeah, see, that's how I get a good deal with the Mennonites. I make jokes about them before I go talk to them. My plan is working perfect. Alright, let's skip this. Now, some people will joke and be like, oh, the Mennonites don't actually have the internet. But almost every Mennonite girl I've ever met, she usually has a cell phone. I don't know, some might be strict parents where they don't allow them to, but I think a lot of Mennonite communities, at least in Canada, are very relaxed about what they allow their kids to do. Not to say all of them are relaxed like that. There must be some strict ones, but... Now, I even worked in a few offices that had Mennonite girls that came to work in the office, but they said it was part of their like Mennonite training, is where they get to go and experience regular life and then pick if they like it better or not. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Some Mennonites are probably on Facebook. I even know a few Mennonites on Facebook. So yeah, it's not like they're not ever on the internet. Really, and not to make fun of it, but a lot of cases, the Mennonite thing is really just a tax write-off. I know a lot of them might be super religious about it and all, but there is huge tax benefits. Yeah, that's the funny thing. When most people experience Western life or modern life, they go back to the Mennonites anyways. Because they realize that there is a better thing in family values, right? I get it, modern life, like sure we can just get party all night, every night, never get married, never have any kids, just go to wild parties and nightclubs, but you can only really do that for so, well, some people can do it their whole lives. My dad actually likes that lifestyle the best. But yeah, to other people, they just like the family stuff better. And who knows, maybe some people can do the nightclub and family stuff and balance both, but yeah, it is tempting to just do the nightclub life, like just get drunk every night and just go out to parties where everyone's dancing, having a good time, good music every night. Especially Toronto, right? Like Toronto has so many different nightclubs you can go to. And there's literally ones for like every kind of music from every culture. That's the one nice thing about getting stuck in Canada. At least it's a country where it has a bit of every country. So if you were stuck in like another country, maybe it would suck worse because you only have one option to see for culture. But really, if you're stuck in Toronto, you can pretty much see the world just walking through different regions of the city. Little Portugal, little Italy, little Greek town, little everything. Little China, or whatever they call it, Chinatown. Oh, fuck. This witch again. Let's try one extra chest, see if we get something to help beat her. Oh, we're done for. I should have figured it. We'd pick it, it would just make her stronger. Let's try, we'll Tengu it. Tengu time. Oh, maybe we could, you think? Zoro? He's really our only chance, right? When you think about it. If she starts hitting Zoro and it just reflects back and kills her, it's really our only chance. So, let's try it. Like, really, at this point, we have no chance, so anything we try is worth something. If it could work. So in life, really, you shouldn't always just throw in the towel. Sometimes there is a way to work some magic. Life is always a guessing game. You never really know. Is this on fast? I'm thinking, God, does it ever look slow? Oh, we're not doing any damage. You notice that? That's what I was thinking. She beat us because we couldn't hit her. That was the problem. We should have picked someone who was going to hit her with ice and freeze her so she would stop healing. Alright, we'll skip it. Alright, so I'm getting called to go up, but we don't have time to go up yet. Hopefully it's just food ready. Oh, that'd be good. Alright, so I'll just check what it is that I'm getting called for. We'll let the Vaporizer commercial run, but we'll be right back. We haven't ran the Vaporizer commercial in a while, so hopefully I'll be just a minute or less. All right, we're back. Let's go with the sponsor.
Today's surprise will be brought to you by Crunk. Crunk, it'll fuck you up. Woo!
No, there's a package that came and food is ready. So it was a double whammy. But we'll still wrap up the show and do a little bit more of these battles. Suki, Dan, Jim, Ray, Travis, and everyone at Patreon, thanks a million. We'll do a live package unopening on the air, or opening, not unopening. So hopefully I didn't get any sex toys, and this is just stuff for the camping trip. Let's hope. Anyways, Patreon, Society 6, finish it quick. It's my specialty. Saying comes out t-shirts, bed sheets, both popular with the ladies. Ador TV pays you to watch videos, Swagbuster Shop, GameKit to try games, and free Bitcoin, wallet system for crypto. Man, when I have to go for food, I can finish quick, right? No, anyways, the virtual maid sex machine for adults and men only. Ladies need a sex machine, know who to call. $10 off, 150 or more with the coupon code LYNBS. That's LYNBS. And real coupon code, just make sure to follow all the laws. Website time. Let's go back to the game. Alright, so we'll go start this battle and we'll open the package at the same time. I have a feeling I know what this one because it's very tiny. And I'm familiar with those sizes. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's funny because the package is literally like this giant envelope, like shrink wrap or bubble wrap. But what's in it is so light, it feels like it's empty. So you know what that is. Usually when you get like a memory card or something, for some reason they put it in these giant packages. So I don't understand why they just don't put it in a tiny plastic thing and put it in an envelope and mail it, right? Because what is the point? Let's hope that's what it is. All right, we managed to rip it. See what it is? Don't. You'll never guess what this is. I knew it. It was a card of certain type. This is the magic that might make the show possible to continue while I'm up north. It's a FONUS card. If anyone's heard of FONUS before, this is basically a SIM card that I can put in any data device, like a phone or a tablet. Or, well, what am I putting it in? Yeah, I think I'm going to put it in one of those, what do they call them? Wi-Fi hubs. So I'm going to have like a portable Wi-Fi hub that I put this card in. And for $40 a month, I get unlimited Wi-Fi data anywhere that hub goes. And as long as it's near a cell tower. And obviously it's not 5G internet, but at least it's 4G. So it's still pretty decent speeds. I think I can do 720 resolution HD on live calls. We'll see. Maybe I'll be able to do HD, let's hope. But either way, this should be my key to having internet while I'm on the road. And if anyone's wondering, the price for $40 a month sounds amazing, but there's a catch. It's US, so it's $40 US. So I think that works out to like 45 or 46. So yeah, hopefully when I get this bad boy set up with one of my Wi-Fi hubs, I can literally just hook it up to a solar panel and have it charging and have Wi-Fi in my whole house for $40 a month. It's not too bad, right? And I'm hoping maybe, who knows, maybe the guy living in the trailer next door, he's looking to invest in some internet. He might be able to pitch in 20 and I give him the Wi-Fi password, right? Or maybe vice versa. He might already have internet. Oh, we got a victory? No kidding, we won. Yeah. Did we beat the A boss? I wasn't even keeping track there. No, it must have been we lost at her and won at the next one. Yeah, so that was one of the things that was kind of running me a little down in the dumps is I would get homesick quick without the internet. But with this bad boy, hopefully we'll get it set up in time. The only shitty thing is the Wi-Fi hub. I didn't check the shipping time, and I realized it's expected to come on the 12th. So one day after we're supposed to leave. So I'm hoping that maybe it's just, it'll arrive a couple days early, which they usually do. And if that doesn't happen, then I think I can still bring this on the road and just swap it in and out of my cell phone. So that if I still need internet while I'm on the road, I can use FONUS. Oh yeah, you know what the big advantage to FONUS is also? Is it works in Canada, the US, and Mexico. So if anyone's like one of those people that travels a lot between countries, This thing, you can just take it to any country within those 3. So isn't that a pretty good deal to have infinite Wi-Fi any country you go to for 40 bucks a month? I think even for 40 US, that's a pretty good deal. I don't know if anyone else has found better internet deals, they can mention in the chat. Not that I'm sponsored by Fonus or anything. Fuck, I wish. Oh, fuck, we lost at this guy? What the hell? I'm not paying attention to what's going on. I gotta pay attention here. Alright, so we still got one more package. I haven't checked to see what it is. This one's a big one. It's kind of scaring me. I'm not familiar with big objects. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, let's see. Let's put that back to some fire. Fire! Alright, I'll have to make sure that I don't dox myself, so, or at least my relatives that live here. So yeah, there's the package. It's pretty big. Hey, George, how's it going? Is it evening already? Yeah, it is. It's after 6 p.m. You know what happened? I was really hungover because I didn't drink last night, but what I did is I just stayed up too late. So I was up till like almost 5 in the morning. I can't remember what I was doing. I was getting carried away watching videos. No, not that kind. But yeah. So I got carried away watching stuff and stayed up till like, yeah, 5 a.m. and I was taking naps today because I was so tired. Basically only slept for like 4 hours. And ever since I've had the virus twice, I needed more and more sleep. I don't know if it's just partly aging involved in that too, because yeah, I'm sure as you age you need more sleep, but dear God, do I ever like naps a lot. And I get huge circles under my eyes if I don't take naps. I don't know why. Okay. Speaking of sex toys, at least one of them isn't. Or no, 2 of the things. So yeah, luckily I was a little bit discreet how I opened this. Oh, sick. Oh, sweet. 2 of the other things. Alright, so one thing we got is the Nano card. So this is the thing that works with the Fonus card. So that when I'm on the road, I can actually use this Fonus card in whatever devices I need it in. Stay at current level. No, George, we tried your advice to beat these and it didn't go so well. As you can tell, I ran the level up a little bit too high. And we started dying at the A bosses. We can still beat the A boss, but it has to be specific ones. Most of the A bosses we just lose at. And it's too late to fix the problem, so hopefully next time we have better luck. Yeah, what happens to me, sometimes I just get in a groove. Usually it's like a research groove or something. Oh yeah, that is what it was. I got carried away in the research. Now, I was researching the gravity well stuff, and they came up with a big magnetic energy pattern discovery. I'll show everyone quick. We won't get into too many details. But it confirmed my research a little bit more than I'm used to when it comes to academics discoveries, so I kind of liked it. I was like, you know what, that's pretty sweet. Fuck, man, why is the goddamn file not right? Oh, there it is. Relax, relax. Now, anyways, they developed this new technology in the States, at the UGA, whatever it's called, and they're able to detect magnetic field patterns better, and they color-coded them with red and blue. So I just found it interesting that where they detected the magnetic field center points is actually where the red and blue orb points are for my gravity well map. And it's kind of neat, too, how like the blue edge kind of makes the edge of South America. That's what these blue lines do. They do the edge. So I don't know. Some people will be like, oh, it's really stretching for similarities. But to me, I thought that was pretty decent. So yeah, I was researching that and it just kept me up all night. But yeah, stay at current level. Let's do it. No, so I feel really tired today. I'm not really doing any drinking of booze or anything. I'll definitely get hit hard. Even the weed is hitting me hard today, which I find very strange. Normally, I very rarely catch a buzz from weed because I smoke way too much of it. Or a moderate amount, according to YouTube. Yeah, so here's one of the greatest things that I'm so thankful it came for the trip. This is the second most important compared to the Wi-Fi hub. A new battery bank. So this battery bank was only about 40 bucks, but I think it's enough to charge my cell phone like 5 or 6 times, maybe more, and all my camera gear. And it can hook up to my solar panel. So I can literally just have infinite power on the road with this thing. So the one downfall to this is if I set it up at my house, I have to put it somewhere no one will steal it outside. So I'm hoping maybe those dogs in the video, hopefully they'll be able to keep track of everything at the house and make sure people don't steal shit. Because yeah, if my solar panel and all my charging stuff gets stolen, I'll be pissed. But at least I can use it where I can watch it. Like if I can put it outside and I'm outside watching it anyways, then I can watch it charge. Yeah, so I was hoping this would arrive in time. Let's do an unboxing just to see what it's like. I don't have much time. Oh yeah, my food's ready. We gotta hurry. There, got it open. Even with one hand. Now, I like doing things with no hands. If anyone's seen my biking videos. I know it's dangerous as hell, but man, sometimes you gotta live on the edge. I know I don't recommend it for everyone. Kids, do not do what I do at home. Oh my god, this power bank smells just like, I don't know, like rubbing alcohol or something. It's a very strong sanitary smell. Comes with the power bank little manual. Holy shit, look at the size of this thing. So this thing's roughly the size of my hand. Width and height, fingers are a little bit longer. That's what she said. But it's got 4 USB things at the top for, what is it, charging devices, and 2 inputs. So I can put in regular USB or micro and charge from the solar panel with either. Or USB-C or micro. So that'd be cool. I should be able to hook up this bad boy to my solar panel and infinite power on the road. That'd be sweet. Well, I shouldn't be saying infinite. I'll definitely fuck that over. No, so we'll test this in the camping video this week. We'll go outside and see how well this battery bank actually works. And hopefully it does not explode. Knock on wood. That's the one thing when you order the knockoff China products. Well, actually this one's from Amazon, but yeah, even so, when you're carrying lithium ion stuff, you never know if it could just explode, right? So you really got to be careful with it. That's the one thing with lead acid batteries, as shitty as they were for capacity, at least they didn't explode as quick. Like when the lead acid battery explodes, it's usually just like a little bit of liquids leaking out of the sides. It's not like catching on fire and burning your house down. Well, maybe it can do that, but... No, I'm pretty bad for when it comes to spending on trips. Sometimes I go a little bit into the gear and get all the latest stuff, but I don't know, you only live once, right? And I want to try to make my trip as comfortable as possible so I don't get homesick so quick. Yeah, because if I get homesick and just want to go home right away, it's like, I might as well invest more and enjoy the trip. And I'm sure the viewers will appreciate if I have internet on the trip too. And that way we'll have some chance of doing some updates about what's happening. I don't know if we'll ever get to the point of being able to stream a gaming session, but we'll see. Now what I might do is maybe find a friend in Kirkland Lake that has a computer, and if anyone has a computer, maybe I'll be able to stream one live episode. We'll see. Oh, that's what I could do. Oh, idiot. I keep forgetting. I just won't be able to stream live episodes, but I can just record an episode with a camcorder, me playing the game, and then post it to YouTube while I'm on the road. Dumb. That's how I used to do the show, back when I couldn't do it live. So yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. The show should be able to continue on the road. It just won't be many live episodes. And maybe I'll be able to watch the premieres live with my cell phone, so I will still be in the chat. Yeah, so that'll be like a semi-live episode. That's not a bad idea. See, I was thinking, usually when life throws you curveballs, if you think about it, you can find a way to hit it out of the park still. Yeah, because wouldn't that be neat if I was doing my travel videos on the road, do a little short edit, post it onto YouTube, so then I'll have my travel vlogs while I'm traveling, rather than having to wait till I get home to edit and post everything. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. See if we can pull that off. I don't know if anyone was here for the travel vlog when we showed some of the gaming stuff in my place up north. Oh man. There's 3 video game stores up north. And just in the Quebec side of town, I don't know if there's one in the Ontario side yet, but I think I did see one the last time I was there downtown. So we'll probably do some gaming stuff too. Gaming on the road adventures. Excuse me, sorry. Precursor to eating breakfast, or dinner, yeah. Keep forgetting. It's already late at night. Alright, so are we ever going to finish these? Dear God, we're probably running out of time. Alright, we got to hit the skip faster. If I can remember to skip, we'll be okay. Did I beat that level? I didn't even look. Let's hope. Come on, bees, son of a bitch. B for bitch. Yes, we're still beating the bitch. Alright, 3 C's. Eureka. Yeah, that's a good idea, eh? I was worried, because I'm like, I don't want to go like months without recording anything and posting it to YouTube. It's not really great for your channel to just vanish for months. Although some channels it works, but yeah, I don't think it would work great for mine. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll try getting some episodes out on the road. That'll be neat. I'm not going to promise, because dear God, I'm not optimistic it's going to work, but we'll see. You know how to do that would be is if I managed to get a laptop at my house up north, a decent solar setup so that I could keep charging my laptop, have the Wi-Fi connection. Oh, we ran out of letters. Piece of shit. Alright, at least we can go shopping. Yeah, I'm starting to envision how this is possible. Alright, wish us luck, everyone. Keep your fingers crossed. Oh, gold pet collar. Whoever crossed their fingers. Good work. I was hoping for a pet house, but the gold pet collars, I love those too. Holy shit, 2 pet collars. Someone double crossed. Yeah, shit show. Oh, fucking A! We got the pet house. Oh no, that's the gear. I thought that was the pet. So what was that? Oh yeah, 160 gear. You gotta be shitting me. Can't believe we unlocked that. We'll save that for next episode when we need a fancy thing to open, right? We got, holy shit, double those. Oh, we can already go to the next round, should we? I'm almost thinking we should. Can we? Because we did get the 160 gear, and there's nothing else that fancy here. Alright, let's try next round, see what happens. Oh, you haven't drawn enough times. Okay. I don't know, for some reason it looked like I did. Ooh, 3 pet colors. Holy shit, 3 pet colors again. George must have his fingers crossed there. Damn. Oh, 1 pet color. Oh, last one. Well, we got a pet color. Alright, so we can't do a 500 draw, but we can do a few of these. We'll deal with something smaller. That's what she said. Oh, we got a gold pet collar. Didn't see that one coming. Right, if I had to pick between the 160 gear and the pet collar house, I probably would have wanted the pet house. But I think technically the 160 gear is worth more. So I don't know. What do the viewers think? Which would you rather get, the pet house or the 160 gear? I don't know if any of the low-end players or low-level players are watching. They're like, oh, I'll take the 160 gear. But I already can make 160 gear, so it doesn't really sound that fantastic to me, but still pretty good. Now our items for inventory and chest is actually improving pretty good. We got these. We got some of those. We actually had enough for 2 of those, but I think I just blew through a shitload of money betting on the casino or betting on Hunger Games and losing. Oh, still we got enough. Kirakoma won. Hopefully I bet on Kirakoma there. Yeah, congratulations Kirakoma, and congratulations to Takahan, Mickey Mouse, and Psychosis for almost winning. I know I bet on a few losers in that round, but better luck next time. Can't win them all. Hopefully we'll save all of our good lucks for the road trip. Because yeah, that's really, you got to focus on the big drive. That's really one of the biggest challenge. Keeping your eyes peeled for moose. Alright. Now I'll have to be careful too, because sometimes when I'm in a car seat I can get carried away distracting people, talking too much, so I'll make sure not to distract drivers. Let's hope. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, I gotta go eat, so we'll wrap up the show, but thanks everyone for watching. Let's go to the fire screen. Let's give everyone a round of applause before we go too. White Gremlin, Augusto, Steadfast, Alex, Steadfast, George Washington. Thanks everyone. Yeah, football food will still be hot. Let's go to the fire screen. Speaking of hot. Right, if you happen to get any phone cards in your vaporizer, tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. But if it doesn't happen, you can help with a like and a share. Really appreciate it. Just make sure never buy the products from my sponsor.
Because it will ruin your life. Bye for now, everyone.
See you later, and hope everyone has a good weekend, good Sunday, and yeah, try to enjoy the work week. I know the work week sucks sometimes, but just be happy if you're working, right? All right, take care. Bye for now, everyone. See you later. Oh yeah, don't forget to finish wrapping up your adventure. There's only an hour left. See you later. Yeah, that's one good thing about me and podcasting. At least it gets me all that energy of talking too much out on YouTube most of the time. All right, see you everyone. Bye for now.